Jack in, GVGCast, execute! Welcome, everybody, to episode 18 of the weekly show where we ring in the weekend by kicking back, talking about what we've been playing, what we've been up to, and just generally having a good time together, because you know what? We love each other here at GVG. So I am your host for today, Ash Paulson, and I'm joined, as always, by my dear friends and GVG co-founders, Steve Bowling and Derek Bittner, as well as our superstar art director, Daniel Alba. How's it going, guys?
Hello.
Jack in. Who's this jack off?
Wow.
I just got done saying how much we love each other here at GVG.
I came to me. I
Spicy
could
out
not
of the
let
gate.
it. I couldn't let it go. I couldn't help it.
That was good, man.
It was such a prime opportunity.
Well,
I love you, Ash.
I'm not only your host for today, I'm also your jack off for today, according to Derek. Jeez.
Welcome to Friday.
Wow.
No,
Very Blue Friday.
I'm legit excited. These are 6 games, technically 10 I've never played before. So, hey, 10 RPGs. That's great.
It has been a very good week for Mega Man fans. A rare but very good week for Mega Man fans. You know, I had to wear my helmet, my shirt. I got my little Mega Man dot. So there's a story behind this. I feel really bad. He actually used to have a body. This was a bobblehead statue.
Oh no.
This is a Mega Man.exe bobblehead statue. But as you can see from the spring here, but during a recent move, or not so recent anymore, but during a move, he broke, and all I could salvage was the head. So I have his head.
Wow.
That's why he's here.
Derek's talking about jacking
I need
off.
to
Ash
put
is
that
here
on top
talking
of like
about
a
head.
cane or something like that.
I
Ash.
know, right? But I figured that was the perfect way to open today's episode because we got Battle Network Legacy Collection, which we will be talking about later in the show, as well as the rest of the surprisingly hype Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase. But before we get to all that, how you doing, guys? How's your week been?
Oh boy.
This was a good week.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It was one of those things where it's a blur now. Like it was. I don't think it was a bad week. It was definitely some good things happened, but I looking through like trying to remember things, and it's like, what happened? Like I've lost all concept of what actually happened this week, for the most part. Though, like I said, good things did happen. I guess I can get into this story right now. Just
Go for
to
it.
immediately, like, really piss everybody off.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh man, here we go. Okay.
So, the Xenoblade 3's special edition was going on again. That's that second opportunity.
Uh-huh.
And, it was just as bad as the first. But I barely paid attention to it because I was in the middle of doing the recording of the One Piece podcast with Brandon Bovia. So I tried beforehand. I spent about 10 minutes waiting in line for it to go in. I got through the queue, had the game come up, put it in my cart, went to the cart, filled out my delivery information, all that good stuff. And then I went to say for the delivery options, the shipping options, nothing came up. I'm like, oh, well, maybe it'll come back by the time I'm done with the podcast. Finish the podcast, come back, didn't work. So I'm like, oh, I probably missed it. So I'll refresh, see what happens. I refresh it, wait another 10 minutes, look back, I'm back in the fill out form, fill out all my stuff, look at the shipping options. Oh, hey, shipping options are there. Done. I got the game.
Nice.
Cool.
I've seen people
So
spend
cool.
3, 4, 5 hours trying to get this, and I got it in 20 minutes, and I feel like
Powerful and
kind of a
terrible.
jerk.
Wait, so who's the real jack off here then, Derek?
Exactly.
Mr. Humble's, man himself gets it in 2 tries, and here we are. I had it was shades of getting the PS5 of all my browser windows were up, my mobile is up, I'm waiting in the queue for 3 of these things and nothing's working. And then of course Nintendo won't give you a free copy for review, but they sure as hell will give you the special edition without much effort.
Jeez.
I have no idea how I managed that. The funny thing is, I was trying to give my magic to you, Daniel, because I was talking to Ant afterwards, and who was also basically doing what you were doing. And not 10 minutes after talking to me, he got his. And just before that initial, we're sold out.
Man, I consider myself lucky that I'm not a hardcore Xenoblade fan. I like Xenoblade, but I don't love it so much that I feel the need to get this special edition. So I've been recusing myself from all this chaos. Sorry, Daniel, go ahead.
Oh no, while we were streaming for Good Vibes Arcade, Brandon and I were both trying to get it at the same time. Well, he was trying to queue up in line so that I could get it as well, or if I couldn't. And by the time the stream was over, I had to rush to do another recording with other people. But during that recording, I did get into the cart and I was able to check it out. So
Nice.
in the end, we were able to have that happen after all.
So you did
Well,
get it. I
congrats.
asked and you never confirmed. So I'm like, oh,
Oh,
poor
you got
Dino
it,
never
did.
He was
got it.
saving
Oh,
it for
good.
GVG Cast.
Yeah, I was like, it was a whirlwind happening that day because we were recording and then I was extremely tired, but we had to do the other recording and then I passed out after that and then I woke up and I didn't know what reality I was because I went to eat. And then I was like, oh, I forgot to answer Brandon. I did get it. It was just so that, as we said, a blur for the whole
Yeah.
week. That day was my total blur as well.
Well, that's similar to Emil Jugger Conroy. I don't know the full story, but I do know that he was taking part in GDQ, partnering up with the speed run for Torna, and during this whole process, and somehow he got it. He might have had friends help him out, but he still managed to get it. So I was worried for him, I gotta say, because I fun little story for Emil. I missed my opportunity to get the second game's special edition. Emil got it for me.
Oh man,
Oh, nice.
And it
that's
hooked me up.
awesome. Emil's a
What a
good
That's
Chad.
very
guy.
nice.
I was hoping for it. So yeah, he's the reason I have all the special editions for Xenoblade. Otherwise,
Oh,
I'd only
that's
have X
awesome.
and
More like
Definitive.
Chada Conroy over here.
Yeah.
Chad.
Chat.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I skipped on this one as well. I own, and I'm using air quotes to say own, the special edition of 2. I had FOMO, which I am very prone to, and I bought the special edition of 2. But I was in a living situation at the time where I was sharing a room with my children. And at the time, Eleanor was like 2.5 years
no.
old. And she just took the display box and was like, rip. And
Uh-huh.
that was it.
Yep.
The pieces of
Oh,
that special
no.
edition are in boxes somewhere in my house, but it broke my heart. And I was like, never again. I will never let
Yep.
another special edition
Man.
Xenoblade game go to waste. So-
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
I mean, that's children. We had just a nice little pop-up book. It's an old one based on like baby Looney Tunes or whatever. And Kai had woken up in the morning and we just didn't get him right away because he was nice and quiet. So we were like, oh, that's a chance to sleep a little bit longer. We had it close enough to his crib that he was able to reach out, grab it, and by the time I got there this morning, just shreds everywhere.
Oh,
He
yeah.
dismantled that book.
The minute kids
Man.
discover that they have even a modicum of strength, they just use it to break things.
Yeah,
He's
that's what I've heard.
strong.
That's what I've heard.
He struggles a bit, but he can lift a gallon of water.
Jeez,
Not
Better watch
scared.
out.
I know, right?
Those
Man.
are gamer arms on
It's gonna
that kid.
suplex you if you get a man.
Yeah. Well, before we get too much further into what we've all been up to, I do want to remind everyone that we have a sponsor for today's episode.
Hell
and
yeah.
that is the always awesome The Game Orb. The
Yes.
Game Orb is a YouTube channel that brings commentary and gameplay footage from the Nintendo Switch and Xbox Series X gaming systems. While games like Splatoon 2, Sonic Colors Ultimate, and Super Mario 64 can be seen on the channel along with others, the Game Orb will also now be adding Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu to the gaming collection. So please do subscribe to the Game Orb at the link in the description. And also, the Game Orb has been kind enough to send over links to 3 of their favorite videos for you to preview on their channel. But please do go check out their videos. Those are all in the description, and I'm going to post a link to their channel, of course, in our YouTube chat and pin it, as I always do. But yeah, thank you. The Game
Thank
Orb
you.
has been supporting us from the very beginning, as I always say. So please do go show them some love and subscribe if you have not already. And with that said, I was not here last week, if you guys remember. I was
Wait, you
in
weren't?
the Netherlands. Yeah, if you remember. I don't know why. If you remember, of course you remember. It was just last week. But yeah, I wasn't here. I was in the Netherlands at a music festival with my wife, and we had the most amazing time. But I have to tip my proverbial Mega Man hat off to you guys. Well, not proverbial, it's real, it's right here, but I don't want to take it off because you guys did this amazing charity stream last week in my absence. I wish I could have been part of it. I was modding from behind the scenes as best I could, but I cannot tell you how much I love you guys for doing that, and I only wish I could have been part of it. But what you guys did last week was so cool, and thank you for doing it while I was over in the Netherlands. I had a great time, but yeah, man, you guys killed it last week, so thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was-
man, of course.
was an
It's
honor.
weird.
Fun,
to
and it was
thank
way more
for-
successful than we ever expected.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I'm
so successful.
all the thanks go to the community on that one. Like without y'all's support, we wouldn't
Oh,
have been able to drum
absolutely.
up nearly $7,000
in
for
like
NNA.
2.5 hours, right?
Yeah, we didn't even
Yeah,
stream
2.5
for that long.
hours.
I wasn't even here at the start. I jumped in and we were already like $3,000 raised. I'm just like, oh my god, you guys, you're
Yeah,
killing
when-
it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Derek and I started the stream, we were at $1,600, like from go, which
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah. No,
It was-
thank you so much, not only you guys for doing that stream, in my absence, but also to our incredible community for your
Oh,
generosity.
you.
All of you made that happen, and you helped raise that money. Well, you raised that money, so thank you very much to everyone involved with that. That was awesome, and it warmed my heart from all over the way in the Netherlands. But I'm back now. The fun's over. I'm back. No, the fun's just beginning. But yeah,
the only
no, I
thing
had
I'm
a great...
sad about is that our Turtles run got cut off. We got a glitch.
Yeah, we were in the
Oh,
middle
no.
of a
We got soft
great
locked.
Turtles run. Like, we were kicking that game's ass,
Going
and then
through
it
arcade
glitched.
on the hardest mode, and we were managing. It was rough, but we were
Yeah.
managing.
We were making it through. We got all the way, like 2/3 of the way through the game, and then it just, like, a boss fell off the screen, and we were just stuck.
It didn't count as a death, so
Nope, didn't count. He was on my screen that I was
Yeah.
streaming. He was there, lying down in a corner, and for everyone else, he was gone,
with the life bar still there.
Yeah,
I was
so we
just
were
playing
screwed.
dead.
just taking
Well,
a snooze.
One of these days, we will do a Shredder's Revenge stream that actually works all the way through the game. We will finish the game together in its entirety, hopefully sooner rather than later. But I want to do another stream where we're all playing together and the game doesn't break on us. And so here's hoping that that
happen.
can happen pretty soon. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's other than Shredder's Revenge. So I did bring my Switch with me to the Netherlands, and you know what? I know there's been a lot of complaining about Sonic Origins, but I picked it up day one, for my
Same.
Switch, and I've been loving it, you guys. I know there are problems with it. I know the prototype music that we got here in Sonic Origins somehow sounds worse than the actual prototype music for Ice Cap, Launch Base, and Carnival Night, but you know what? Despite the issues, the typos in the gallery and all that stuff, the games themselves play so well. There are a couple of glitches here and there, but it's everything I wanted from this collection, and I can't put it down. I haven't even played the Live Alive demo yet because the little gaming time I've gotten this week, I've been playing Sonic Origins. So
Oh, Ash.
I know I'm
Ash,
gonna play.
you
I'm gonna play the
ruined it.
demo. I know I'm gonna
Yeah.
play the demo this weekend. I am. I promise. I'm so excited to play it, but I just can't put Sonic Origins down.
I can put Sonic Origins down. I picked it up at the same time on Switch, and I do think that the problems people are pointing out are a bit overblown, but I will also admit that I've barely touched Sonic 3, which I know is like the main sticking point for a lot of people.
Sure.
But I was enjoying the stuff that I couldn't do. Like, I really enjoyed having Super Sonic and Sonic 1. I just thought that was really cool that they added that in.
Yeah. From the mobile version, yeah.
Daniel is aware, I was exploiting the coin trick that he showed me. Which by the way, I love the fact that T Lopes remixed that.
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
he
take take part credit for that.
yeah, I
Yeah,
shit
you should.
posted just a
That's
30-second
amazing.
video of Sonic bouncing on monitors, like with no end
Oh,
to it,
that's
and it
so
was
good.
repeatedly playing the one-up jingle, and T Lopes stole it and remixed it into an actual song, and then posted it on his Twitter.
That
So
was,
thanks, T. That was really cool.
Iconic
That's so
collab
cool. I
there.
hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna check that out after we're done. Then that's amazing.
T Lopes cross shit post.
Yeah. I also played a little bit of the new Fall Guys season last night with some buddies and had a great time. The new games they added are a lot of fun. The whole free-to-play thing is a bit of a bummer, of course, because now you got to buy all the cool costumes if you want them instead of winning them.
Yeah.
But, I don't really spend a lot of money on stuff like that, so I'm good. I'm safe from that. But, if there's a Mega Man costume, I would have bought it before it went to free-to-play. It doesn't matter that it's free-to-play now. But still having a great time with that game. It continues just to grow and be a lot of fun. And so I played that Sonic Origins Live Alive this weekend. Goron Amber, I saw what she said. Amber just said that if I don't play the Live Alive demo this weekend, instead of playing Smash on Monday for a Fight a Founder session, I'm gonna be playing the Live Alive demo while we chat. So you've thrown down the gauntlet. I see you. I hear you. I will play it this weekend.
You've been challenged.
Speaking of Fight a Founder, I have some breaking news for us.
Oh,
Our
news.
good friend and longtime executive producer Vedran Hotek has upped his pledge to the Fight a Founder tier, up from executive
nice.
producer.
Thank
wow.
you, Vedran. I
So
actually
we will
answered
be-
a message from Vedran earlier today about possibly upgrading to that tier, and it looks like you decided to do that. So thank you.
Yeah. Let us
you.
know whose ass you will be kicking at what game when
Yes.
you have a chance.
Yes, indeed.
Pro tip, if
Yeah.
you want to feel good about yourself, book me for Smash or for Mario Kart. You will feel like the best gamer in the world.
There you go. Nice.
Man, I can't believe you've not played Live Alive. I've not picked up Sonic Origins, so maybe that's why I've actually been able to play it. But I have no experience with the original, but it feels like something special. Like it is so unique for an SNES game.
I have seen the demo and I want to play it so bad. I'm just waiting. So I'm heading out to Denver for the 4th tomorrow morning. Stupid early. I'm not excited about that part, but I am excited about the fact that I'll just be away from responsibilities and be able to invest a lot of time in games like that. So
Yeah.
I'll probably play the demo either on the plane to Colorado or once I get there. But I have been playing a lot of Portal. Like after
yeah.
John
Nice.
put me up to
Okay.
it during the direct, I bought the Portal collection and I bought Little Noah. Little
really
Noah
wanna
is
try that.
actually really good, and
That looks
It
good.
looks really good.
Look really
it's
good.
like $14. I can't recommend it enough. It's like a really fun 2D side-scrolling action game where instead of attacks, you use spirits. They call them Lilliputs or something like that. And each one is like a different creature. So you send out these creatures that do like one-off attacks. You can have like a gorilla with a huge club or like a little mouse with a saber. It's really, really cute and it's really fun to play. And it feels very Mega Man-ish in terms of like the physics of the game, how jumping works, how dashing feels, stuff like that.
Okay. I mean,
It's definitely worth a
I
shot.
already
Everything I
want to
hear
check
about
it out, but
price.
now
I mean,
I got it.
That price is pretty good because I actually did I fight a founder with Azran today in Soundfall, which we thought looked pretty good from that last direct, and it's fine, but it's a lot of samey enemies, a lot of the levels like you're going through the story, and it feels like new stories happening. Go through the same level with a slightly remix with a different song and slightly remixed enemies, and it's like, and it was 30, so and it feels like you get way more value out of Little Noah, which is just a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
Soundfall seems like the kind of game I'd be interested in on paper, and it might be a game that I enjoy, but it's also the kind of game that needs a demo, I feel. It really
I think,
needs a demo.
honestly,
That might
I
be-
think a demo would probably drive you away more than anything.
You
It's
think
like,
so?
okay, yeah, it's like, yeah, I get it, but it's
Yeah.
also not really. I don't think it would pull you in.
Really,
The
okay.
music's great and all
Yeah.
that. I think there's enough in there. It feels like one of those games that you lay down in bed for, play 3 levels, listen to music on the headphones, and then call it a night.
Sure.
But it's definitely not something I would invest a lot of time in. Little Noah, that one definitely attracted me from that direct.
I really want to check that out. I might try to play that this weekend. Unfortunately, so tomorrow I won't have any gaming or much gaming time because I'm spending the whole day helping my parents clean out one of their storage units, and that's just going to be a whole lot of fun in the California summer heat.
I don't want to hear it.
Oh,
I'm
joy.
not going to get to play a lot of games tomorrow, but Sunday and then Monday, of course, we have Monday off because it's, or I have Monday off from my day job because it's Independence Day. So I'm going to get a little gaming time in on Sunday and Monday, and hopefully we'll definitely play Live Alive, but also hopefully Little Noah. Because I really do want to check that out. We have the super chats rolling in, you guys.
We do.
Real
We have so
real
many
quick.
super chats. Oh, go ahead,
Just
Steve.
because I don't do this often anymore, but we have another piece of breaking news.
Oh, wow.
nice.
So
Whoa.
Mario Mam Tess has just joined our Patreon, brand new, at the live
Okay.
audience tier. So I just wanted to say
Hey.
welcome. Thank you
Oh,
for
thank
joining.
you.
Welcome.
I hope you're here
Thank
in
you
the
so
live
much.
audience chat on YouTube.
Yeah.
But just so you guys know, because we've never mentioned it on
There they are.
GVGcast, but we like to call out folks that join or upgrade their pledges during the show. So if you join, you'll get a shout out.
Yeah, absolutely. Head on over to patreon.com/GVGaming, and that live audience tier that Steve just mentioned is only $5 a month. It is one of our most popular tiers, and you get to participate in the live audience chat in our Discord server that you are seeing right here on screen.
You also get early access to certain videos, such as John's next video, which I don't know when that's actually going live for everybody, but it's available now for patrons.
Yep, it's up for patrons. It'll be
I think it's
available,
going up
I
this
think,
weekend.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
this
think it
week
comes
tomorrow.
up tomorrow,
Very soon.
so a rare
Yeah.
2-day lead time. But you also get to watch all our discussions live. We actually stream
Yes.
those for patrons. So enough ads, though.
Yeah,
But
you get to
I
see
could
us
talk
make
about how
mistakes
great
and
our
fluff
Patreon.
behind the scenes before they
Yes.
go, they're edited and live on the channel. And you get to be part of our Discord community, which is the best damn community on the internet. And we got to trademark that slogan because we use that a lot now.
Yes.
With all that said, you guys are all so generous. We have so many super chats. So here we go. First, we've got Scar the Dragon with $2 with one of their classic matchups. Peach from the Mario series.
Actually, I think you already missed it. I did not. Oh, shut up. I was wrong. I thought the big one was the first one.
No worries. No worries. So, Peach from Super Mario, of course, versus Mary Jane from Spider-Man. You choose.
Peach.
Can Mary Jane fight? It's got to be Peach.
I was going to say it has to be Peach.
Yeah. I
she
mean,
can sneak around, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and Peach is considered one of the best characters in Smash Ultimate as well. So, I mean, Peach can throw down. Mary Jane, I don't know. If it was like a photography contest, I'd go with Mary Jane.
Peach can huck. What the hell even are they? Like a turnip? Like,
turnips, yeah.
It's at least 70% of her size, like 90 feet. So
to be fair, there's probably some Spider-Man comic continuity out there where Mary Jane is like,
Oh, of course.
Yeah, she's like a badass.
Somewhere out there.
Somewhere out there.
Yeah, I like to think they wouldn't fight. They would team up.
Exactly. I like that. Next up is Aramis. Good Lord, my friend. $100. Thank you so much for your incredible
generosity. We love you, man.
We love you.
Seriously.
Thank you.
So generous.
And I just want to say, because he was too kind to say it himself, he mentioned to me on Discord that he wanted to do this specific super chat because of the stream and how crazy it was, but he didn't want to mention it without inciting a riot in our chat today. I'll say it. We appreciate you, but we were just doing that because it was the right thing to do. But your super chat means the world to us anyway. So thank you.
Thank you. Seriously, so much. And that super chat is, "Hi GVG crew, here's to another great stream." Well, thank you, Aramis. Like I said, every time it is a pleasure having you in our community and a pleasure seeing your name in chat, regardless of whether or not it's accompanied with a super chat. So thank you very much. RecBCQ, our good friend RecBCQ with $2. Thank you. Wanted the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Special Edition, but I couldn't get it. Boo!
I'm sorry.
That
sucks. It sucks to see that.
It's a terrible system that broke twice, and they didn't learn anything.
Nope.
So as I understand it, Derek
they didn't even
got
give
the
an
one
exact
that you were
time.
going to get. So blame Derek. I think Derek got the one that you were going to get.
I will say, though, that super chats like those are the reason that I don't buy LEs for games that I'm not like super in love with, or series that I'm not super in love with. Like I'll get Zelda, Phantasy Star, and that's about it. If they ever did a Mario Special Edition, which, by the way, I could do like a rant on it and I won't, but what the hell, Nintendo? Do like a proper Mario Special Edition before I die.
Yeah.
That'll never happen. You will die.
It really won't. And that's the thing. Like, we'll never get one. We're never going to get like a proper special edition Mario game, but it would sell like hotcakes. It would print money.
Oh, God.
You'll get your commemorative coin for getting Super Mario Galaxy at Best Buy, and you'll like it.
I have like 5 of them.
I have mine over here.
Yeah.
Me too. Nice. That's all you get. Thank you, Rec. Next up is Axcon with $2. Happy Friday, everyone. Well, thank you, Axcon.
Happy
Friday.
You
Happy
as
Friday.
well.
You survived
the weekend.
Hell yeah. Jaden Buck with $10. Thank you, Jaden. Crazy question Fridays. Crazy question number 44. If you had an RPG-like inventory in real life that stores things in thin air but could only hold up to 5 items, what would you use it for? That's a really good one.
Can you stack items? That's really important for this.
That's true. I know.
Oh gosh.
I mean, just off the top of my head, I want to
specifics.
go coffee, and coffee. But what else?
Water,
I would
my
like
Switch.
if I can stack a full stack of money.
Yeah.
5 full
Like-
stacks of money.
My computer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
bad.
true. I would definitely, you know what? If we're talking about practicality and let's just take money out, I would definitely just take my recording gear.
Yeah.
Like if I could poof my editing rig
True.
and my
Oh, hell
mic
yeah.
and
I
my
would have
camera.
saved my back going
Oh,
through
yeah.
New York.
Yep. Exactly.
Definitely.
Like show up at a Nintendo event and just be like, poof, here's my whole setup.
Yeah. So my
So
setup, my Switch, I guess, and an endless supply of iced coffee.
That's
What else?
That's what you get when you ask this
What
question
do
to
you
a bunch of content creators.
There you go.
Yeah.
Really.
Exactly.
Just because some games go this way, I think even Link's Awakening, because don't you get Marin as like, don't you hold up Marin like an item at one
Link
point?
does. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
that. Yeah. This is
Well,
your
now's
big
your big
chance.
chance.
Yeah.
I'll stash Amy away.
There you go. There you go.
Pull her out anytime. So it's like, hey, you'll enjoy this. Come out.
Oh man, I'm not going down that line of conversation at all. Thank you, Jaden, very much. Next up is Lethargic Legumes, which is a great name.
That is.
$9.99. Thank you. Happy Friday, GVG. What was everybody's favorite announcement from the Partner Showcase? Well, that is a question. We'll be talking more about the Partner Showcase very soon, later on in the show. But I guess really quickly to go around, I mean, of course, for me, it's Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. It's got to be, obviously.
I don't know. There's a lot. Pac-Man's up there, I want to say.
There's a lot.
I felt Persona coming, so that's not like a big surprise. But for me, Pac-Man Repack was my favorite one.
Completely off guard.
I think I would be with Ash, and I would say Battle Network Collection, because I really love those games, and I kind of had given up hope on them coming. I really thought that with the 20th anniversary having passed, that Capcom was just going to let it slide on by for like 5 more years.
Yeah, agreed. But I do want to give a special shout out, like a runner-up shout out to Blanc, which looks amazing.
Oh, what was that game? Hold on, there was one that was really.
What was it like? I might remember.
It was the one where like it's an RPG that's in a sketchbook, like everything's drawn in
Oh
pencil.
yeah.
Right.
That was.
I think you're right. RPG time.
RPG time.
Yeah.
Legend of Right, I think.
It also
Legend of Right. Daniel's correct.
It also Shadow dropped that day, didn't it?
No, that one's not out yet.
I thought that was the one.
I think that's 2023. Or no, it's August. It's August.
Oh,
okay. Here it is. Yeah, RPG time, The Legend of Right. Yeah, that looks so good.
I'm a sucker for games with like analog looking presentations or just kind of offbeat like visual styles. There's another Xbox indie that I can't remember the name of that takes place entirely on signs in a factory, and you're like the little stick figure from a caution sign moving around all these signs, and I love it for that. It's a pretty simple game, so I'm super excited to play RPG time.
Yeah, same. Next up, Scar the Dragon is back with another matchup. $2. Thank you very much for the super chat. Dio Brando, JoJo's BA versus Edward from Twilight. Oh, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay. Versus
Dio
Edward from Twilight.
Always Dio.
Dio is kind of overpowered. Like even against most other vampires, Dio would.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really watched much of JoJo or read much of JoJo, but I mean, I feel like it's just obvious that he would beat Edward from Twilight.
Dio bodies like everybody.
I mean, to be fair, I was there was a death battle between Dio and Alucard from Hellsing. And I thought it would be more even, but no, according to the power set they were looking at, they fudge it a little bit for death battle, but they clearly put Dio above.
Well, and the thing is, like, Edward regularly gets bodied by other vampires in his own universe throughout that. Well, at least throughout the movies. I've seen all the movies. I admit it.
I've never seen him, so I don't know his power set.
Beat by other vampires in his own world, so it's got to be Dio. Yeah.
Edward is not an impressive vampire. I had a girlfriend who dragged me to all of those movies. I should have broken up with her sooner. But yeah, he's not by almost any standard. He's not a very impressive vampire.
Agreed. Next is Noximus with $5. Thank you, Noximus. First time super chatting. Hope y'all have a great Friday. Well, thank you so much, Noximus. It's a pleasure to have you here in our YouTube chat, and thank you so much for supporting us here at GVG. It's great to have you here. Thank you. Oh man, Storysmith reopening an old wound for $4.99. Thank you, Storysmith. Regarding a previous super chat, I don't see how reading a person's mind helps against the power to stop time.
I'm so lost.
So I think this is going back to the Sora versus Goku thing.
No,
I think it is. Oh, it's not.
Is it?
Goku can read minds.
Dio versus Edward.
Is
it that one? Minds and Dio can stop time.
Okay, because we were talking about like Goku being able to stop time during that.
No, Goku can't stop time.
No, he can fight against someone who.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, let's not open that wound either.
Well, I know, right? It's not.
Too many opinions.
And next up is Jacob Tucker with $5. Thank you, Jacob. Hey, GVG crew. I don't know about you guys, but I'm good on directs until September. Any first party stuff till then will probably be revealed in tweets. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Fully expect the Mario Kart Wave 2 to be in a tweet on 6 a.m. on a random day. It's going to happen.
Yeah,
exactly.
Sometime in this month.
Yeah.
I fully expect them to just wake me up by throwing a glass of cold water in my face while I'm sleeping and be like, new Mario Kart tracks, bitch.
Yeah. Wake up, new Mario Kart. Yeah.
They're going to be like, we're not sending you review codes, but we dispatched someone to wake you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I think I agree. It'll all be tweets and stuff until September for sure. Next up is RecBCQ again with $2. Thank you. Said this already, but Xenoblade is fucking awesome. Well, completely agree with you, Rec, and thank you very much for the second super chat. Next up is £5 from Stacy UK 1982. Congratulations, Daniel, on getting the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 edition, special edition. It was as much as a cliffhanger as the Fire Emblem finale you streamed.
Did you guys almost
right.
wipe against the final boss in Fire Emblem?
I was coaching Brandon through the final chapter, and it ended up taking a lot more time than we needed it to be, and so we had to stop right in front of the actual the final boss, halfway dead, standing where it stands, and yeah, that's a cliffhanger to return to. But thank you so much. Yeah,
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. You super chat and watching our streams.
Thank you very much, seriously. And then one more super chat for now from Juan with $5 Canadian. Thank you so much. Here we go. Before we go further, can I get Ash to please read my important message in his Sonic voice? I hope that's the important message you meant, Juan, because I've been looking at chat and I can't find another one, so there you go.
Hold on. You have to read the next one. It would be inappropriate for you not to.
Yeah.
Where is it? Hang on, I gotta refresh my list here.
I'll read it. Derek Clay with $1.99 saying Mega Man Legends Collection next. Great cast, boys.
Nice.
Yeah.
First of all, thank you, and God, I hope so, because there's only two sets of Mega Man games left: Star Force and Legends.
Yeah, it's just Legends and Star Force now.
We have collections of everything else.
And now that I've caught up, Mega Man Legends Collection next. Mega Man Legends Collection next. Great cast, boys. Thank you very much, Derek Clay. And let's hope. I don't think Star Force will get a collection absent Battle Network. I think that's probably just not going to happen. Star Force just wasn't popular enough. But Legends, I think, can happen.
Hey, Ash, the message from Juan is in live audience. It's pretty long.
Okay. Oh, man. Okay, let me find it.
It just happened.
Yeah,
it's just a big chunk.
It's very recent.
Got it. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Cool. Hey guys, this is Sonic, and I want to give a massive plug to Hellfire Comms' charity, the second Sonic-a-thon, me-a-thon as it were, an event where they played Sonic games to raise money for Child's Play, a charity that helps children in hospitals across the world. The charity is $900 away from their goal. We can totally beat that total. Use the link now and give at least $1 to help out. That's all I gotta say. I gotta get myself ready for my adventure in the Starfall Islands. See you soon. See you soon.
I'll post that link in the chat and the YouTube
yeah, please
chat.
do, Derek. Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's a great cause, Juan. Thank you.
It is.
That's a great cause, Juan. Thank you. All right. Well, I think that's enough super chats for now. We do, in fact, have a direct mini partner showcase to reflect on. But before that, really quick, I just want to take a quick victory lap and just talk about how great it is to be alive this week. It is a rare week to be a rare good week to be a Mega Man fan. We got Battle Network Legacy
I was wondering where you were going with
Like,
that.
where is this going?
I knew exactly where it was
It's
going.
just Mega Man. I just have to put this out there. So we got Battle Network Legacy Collection, and even though I know you're not the biggest fan of the game itself, Steve, and I agree the NES originals are way better, we also got Mega Man The Wily Wars on Nintendo Switch Online, Sega Genesis, alongside some pretty cool freaking games as well. Zero Wing.
That was a hell of a
I
Genesis.
love that we got Zero Wing. I
Zero
love
Wing.
that we got it and they kept the translation.
Kept
It's
it-
so good, and they used that in their official video. Nintendo's
Oh, they
official
had
video for
to.
that.
They had to
and
let
I
people know
love
what
that.
game it was.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that was one of the most powerful, subtle marketing moves they've ever pulled. I was
Really
surprised
good.
that Nintendo actually did that.
Right?
Yeah,
I've
And
never played it before, so I got to try it.
It's
I
actually a
gotta try it.
surprisingly good game. I
It is?
tried it too.
Yeah.
I was
it's a
like,
good job.
I literally, the minute I saw the tweet, I booted up NSO and just to see if it still said all your base are belong to us. I tweeted a screenshot and then I played the game and I was like, this game's actually pretty damn good. I'm shocked.
Yeah. No, it actually is quite good. And we got Comic Zone, which is, it's a little bit too hard, but it's still a great game. It
I
looks so
somehow
good.
beat that game as a kid. I don't know
Did you?
how, but I did.
Wow.
Oh,
I was
Wow.
determined at times.
That game is great.
I remember dying a lot, though, because, dear God, that game could be brutal. But hey, that's what save states are for.
Right.
Yep.
Right, exactly. And then there's also Target Earth, which I don't really know as much
don't know
about.
that
I never
one.
played it
No,
back in
me
the day.
neither.
But yeah, what a great lineup. And now Wily Words is widely available for it. It's kind of a weird, cool, full circle moment to have Wily Words available on another subscription service, like 30 years after its original release on the Sega channel.
Guess
But
what?
yeah.
I have another
What's
piece
up?
of breaking news.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
All right.
on a
Let's
roll
all
today.
say hello to our returning pal, I believe, Joshua Hunter, who just joined us at the executive producer tier.
Well,
Oh, thank
welcome,
you.
Joshua. Welcome
well,
Yeah,
back.
welcome back.
Thank
I
you.
believe. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure we've read your name off before. I could be wrong.
Yes. I think no, Joshua Hunter. I recognize that name as well. I
Definitely heard that
believe
before.
so. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, either welcome or welcome back, and thank you so much, Joshua. And I do want to clarify what I said. It is a great week to be alive for Mega Man fans.
Yeah, I was about to say
That's what I was-
need the
I
qualifier.
didn't qualify that nearly soon enough before. Yes, for Mega
All
Man
right.
fans. There's a lot of other horrible shit going on out there. For
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
else.
yeah, yeah.
But,
Actually, I
yeah.
guess you did get a little bit more too, as Mega Man fan, as far too Sega for you points out. Mega Man, the Power Fighters is
Right.
back through the Capcom arcade, so there you go too.
It's weird. I feel like the fabric of reality is just like tearing apart. I'm a little scared of so much good Mega Man news in 1 week. But
X9
Yeah.
is coming. No.
oh, my heart, my heart. All right, so we have a direct mini partner showcase to reflect on, and as you can see in the thumb today, I put Megaman.exe and Yu Narukami from Persona 4 because, to my mind, those are two of the biggest announcements. You got Battle Network Legacy Collection, and finally, at long last, like 4 years after Joker was announced for Smash or whatever, Persona 3, 4, and 5 on the Switch, coming to Switch, and that is super exciting. But a few days on from the partner showcase, how are you guys feeling about this? Are you still as high on it now, a few days later, as you were the day of when we reacted? How you guys feel?
Still a damn good direct. Like, there's
Agreed.
a lot of games on there that I would love to have the money for. I don't, but I would love to. And I missed who brought it up, that because the game is stuck in my mind despite me not really being into the genre that much. I'm so sorry I can't find the person who said this in the YouTube chat, but Harvestella.
Oh, yeah.
Stella looks really. That is like the only farming sim I've ever like seen a trailer for and been like, I want to play that. I just want to like skip farming sim parts and play what looks to be a really cool action RPG.
Well, I've
The
heard,
last time I had that
Sakuna
feeling
is
was
similar.
Sakuna. Yeah,
Yeah, Sakuna, good point. I didn't play that, but I've heard really good things about it.
Sakuna is great.
But yeah, Harvestella looks really good, and I mean, as I said before, Blanc. I have to play
yeah.
that game.
Yeah.
I want to play with Amy so much.
Oh, good. Yeah, same with the Sola, and I feel like that game's going to make me cry. I feel like it's inevitable.
Oh, it
There's
totally
no-
will.
Very emotional.
That
You're
game's
gonna die or
gonna-
be injured or something like that. Something tragic is going to happen.
No, but there's just a lot of really, and I feel like there's something for everyone. Like here, I'm not a big into trains or train simulators, but we even got Railgrade, a random train simulator for the Switch. Which, hey, if you're into
yes.
trains, there you go.
Yeah. Who knew?
Right?
I love that this direct was a partner showcase, and yet we got Mario, Sonic, Pac-Man,
Yeah.
and Mega Man. It was
Yeah.
like that image from Smash Brothers 4 when they all came together
Yeah, right.
again.
Yeah,
All for
and
this direct.
Bomberman.
And Bomberman, too.
Bomberman as
too.
well.
Yeah.
You get a new Bomberman game, and
We got
of all
NieR.
things- yeah, NieR Automata
Yeah,
is coming to
NieR.
Switch, which is really exciting.
I'm really excited to pick that up on Switch. Just to see visually how it performs.
It seems pretty good. It looks like the big sacrifice is going to be 30 FPS.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think that's
And yet
acceptable
it's-
for a portable
yet it's-
version.
yeah.
Yet it's
exactly.
running natively, unlike other Square Enix titles on the Switch. I wonder which ones.
But
Yeah.
that's only one game they need to get run natively, not 8 or whatever.
Right.
I'm just being facetious. It's still
Unacceptable.
ridiculous. I know.
And then
But-
there was that time that Nintendo made Sonic Frontiers look better than Sega did. Because we got
Yeah.
to see a little new footage of Sonic Frontiers, which, yeah, obviously you can tell it's running on Switch and it doesn't look as good, but it still looked damn good for what I would have thought,
Hey.
the game running on Switch. And it showed the cyberspace levels, which just, it looked better than what Sega showed us earlier this month through IGN. And I don't get the logic. The rollout of, Sonic Frontiers' initial gameplay footage and everything has been so weird and backwards.
They
We ever
clearly
get
had
a
a
proper
later.
trailer? Okay,
Yeah, they clearly had a later build of that game than whatever IGN was working with, as far as certain things. There are certain aspects I noticed, like when Sonic's running and he goes up a hill, he'll do a flip and he won't just stick to the floor. Like he'll do an actual flip, like he's Sonic.
That's so
And
cool.
just little things like that. The counterattack that we didn't see at all during the original trailer as well. Like just little things that I noticed wasn't in the IGN presentation that made it look a lot better. And it also shut people up as far as like, where's the Green Hill aesthetic? And now that Green Hill's there, people are like, why are we having Green Hill again?
Yeah.
People are
I
never
know.
going to be happy with this
Oh,
game.
I'm happy.
Well,
I'm happy with Green Hill, honestly.
I think they
I'm fine
confirmed
with
that
it.
that's the tutorial,
Yeah.
so it's
Uh-huh.
literally there for
Oh, gotcha.
barely any time at
I'm
all.
still okay
And
with that existing. I wanted to see it,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
yeah, according to Cutie
Or
Caitlin in
Emerald Hill.
our live audience, she said that IGN confirmed that they were working with an old build, which is not surprising.
Yeah.
That's
like
not
at
Yeah,
all.
they definitely
Yeah.
had an older one.
Yeah,
And I believe.
oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead, Steve. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think that it was really unwise of Sega to choose the particular environment they did for IGN to show off, because of all the ones they showed in that brief clip, the one we've seen the most of is the worst one by a landslide.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Man, that city that he was running through with the roads going in every direction.
That was
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool.
that looks
cool.
sick.
Yeah. And I think we have also since heard that Sky Sanctuary is one of the cyber worlds as well. That Sky Sanctuary might be coming
Oh.
back as well. So that's cool.
So,
I've always
I
said
mean,
Sky Sanctuary.
It's more generations. It'd be
It's-
nice if they go
it does
outside
seem like-
generations.
It does seem like
Yeah.
there's a lot of asset reuse going on from Generation and Forces, which,
Still have not. Amazing that they still have not beaten the visual fidelity that is Sonic Unleashed.
that's true. Unleashed and Generations are still both incredibly good-looking games to this day. I've been playing Generations on my Series X with the FPS boost thing, and I'm just like, this game is gorgeous. It's shocking that it came out like over 10 years ago now, or around 10 years ago. It looks so good still. And Forces somehow looks not nearly as good, and it came out 5 years later. It's Forces, man. We don't talk about Forces. But yeah, this was like for something, the Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase branding sets up certain expectations, right? And those expectations are so low they're underground usually. And this one completely just blew them away. And honestly, they set a bar for themselves that it's going to be tough to clear, I think, for the next Partner Showcase. Now this is the standard, and that could be a little bit dangerous, I think, because now we're going to be like, oh, Partner Showcase, remember that last one? It was so good, and then what are we going to get? We don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Definitely on that roller coaster ride.
I think in another year this would have been an E3 showcase. I just think
Yeah.
that the reason it got the branding that it did was because, for whatever reason, Nintendo just didn't have anything of their own to show. And so I think that there's been some kind of weird internal shit going on at Nintendo because we had that weird flip-flop with Xenoblade and Splatoon, which is very atypical for Nintendo. Like, that's a weird move for them to pull, to push a game as big as Xenoblade up and to push Splatoon back. Like, that is the opposite of what I think would happen in normal years.
I mean, that's the whole reason those of us who got the special edition are getting the game on release day, apparently, and the rest of the actual content back in September.
Yep.
Right.
It's
I
just
I didn't
such a
even
weird
realize
thing.
that. I thought it was just Europe that had that happen, but no, apparently it's everywhere.
Yeah. I just noticed that Cassius
Yeah.
335 in our live audience in chat asked if I said the Wily Awards was widely available. I didn't, but I should have. Thank you for the idea.
Yeah.
I should have said that. I didn't, though. I did, in fact, say widely. I could lie and say yes. That's what I said, and it was so clever, right? But no, I didn't. That was all your idea. But good one.
I still need a moment to talk about Persona because
man.
Oh, yeah,
after
definitely.
all this time, like, for some reason Atlas just didn't think it would be successful in anything else other than Sony PlayStation consoles, like as far as the main series goes. And then they released it on Steam and they're like, wow, Persona 4 Golden is actually popular. And then we're like, of course it's popular. Well, all this time we've been waiting for this to happen.
Obviously, yeah.
There's a lot of SMT games they could start porting that people would be really happy about.
We would of course get Persona 5 Strikers, which is essentially a sequel to Persona 5 and not the core game. And then we would get obviously we also had Persona 4 Ultimax, which is a sequel to the spin-off that was originally released. It's just so much backwards thinking that just blew my mind. But I'm so happy that we have Royal, Golden, and Persona 3 Portable available now. That's
Heck
coming
yes.
to Switch. Not yet, but soon in this same time frame. And when it was released, information was released that it was coming to like Xbox and other platforms as well. I was like, it has to come to Switch after all this time. Like, if it doesn't happen now, I guess we're all just gonna shut up and just deal with it. But I'm so glad that it did. That's the only thing I was very unhealthily hyped for to see through the entire partner showcase.
I I still agree with Uncle Silver Gaming though, especially after doing the SMT retrospective. God, Persona 1 and 2 need some love, especially 2.
Yeah.
Like I want a
Yeah,
chance to play all of, like both versions of 2 because dear God, that is their storylines are so interesting.
Yeah, Eternal Punishment and Innocent Sin are probably some of the best storytelling in Persona games, and Persona 1, unfortunately, it's not very comfortable to play, but it still would be nice to have those available again. Like,
Right.
like Atlas, they recognize that they exist. All the main characters are there for the 25th anniversary, but they won't do much else with Persona 1 and 2 at this point in time. Whether they will in the future, maybe it depends on how well all these series sell based on sales for other platforms. But as it stands right now, they're just locked to, like, the most recent versions are just locked to the PSP, and that's a crime.
And I think people would be interested in Eternal Punishment if they realize that there's a lot of complaints like another Persona game where they focus on high school kids, but Eternal Punishment focuses on adults. They're all adults.
Well, hopefully this opens the door to to Persona 2 and possibly 1 also getting re-released on Switch, because it would it'd be really nice to see. I have seen little pushback though among Persona fans about it being specifically Persona 3 Portable and not regular Persona 3 and Fez. How do you guys feel about that?
That's such a I mean,
there's
of course,
no perfect version of 3. That's the problem.
Right.
The one thing that I see people complain about is that they can't really explore the environments within Persona 3 Portable. But and then there's of course the answer, which is honestly a kind of a difficult grind fest.
Yeah,
and there's interesting story elements that talk about what happened to the protagonist after the base game. But as far as
look up cutscenes.
As far as playing it, they changed the whole fusion system around. So if you think you mastered it in the base game, they changed it enough that it's you have to learn it all over again, and it's just hard mode, honestly. And
I think the
Portable. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say I think the biggest loss is the anime cutscenes, but honestly, a lot of those anime cutscenes were the animation quality wasn't the best.
Yeah,
and people were complaining about the exploration, which I was also like before I played Persona 3. It's like, well, that seems like a shame. There's not a lot of exploration in Persona 3.
I'm totally fine with point and click. It kind of gets to the game a bit faster for a game that has a lot of dead area between events and the story.
There is so little to look at in that game as far as those areas. It's not like jam-packed like in Persona 4 or 5. It is just so basic when it comes to that stuff. And you still get to run around in Tartarus, which is the meat of actual exploration. So...
Right.
Yeah, I kind of appreciate that it plays more like a visual novel, like at its core, when you have that kind of like point and click adventure aspect of it, and just the main thing in battles is that you can control your party members the same way you can in Persona 4, and that makes a big difference when you have to just rely on your party members to do mostly whatever they want in the original Persona 3 and also in Fez.
For those who never watched my stream of Persona 3 FPS, I was at the final boss. I have no control of my party. I have my, wonderful party set up. I'm all set to go. It is a 13 phase fight.
Oh God.
I got through the first 12 phases, no problem. It's not that big of a deal. Get to the final phase, and that's when it starts introducing the BS. It has a lot of health. And every time, 3 times in a row, I got it down to a minuscule amount of health that I was just about to. And then they would charm my characters, specifically my healers, or my main character. And if they charm your main character, you can't do crap. You are stuck.
You just have to watch and
pray.
You can't do crap. So, did it once. I worked my way back down and got him back down to that sliver of health. Charmed again. Got him down to a third time. Charmed again, and they finally killed him. I swear I spent 90 minutes fighting that freaking boss. So trust me,
terrible.
Party control will make that much, much better.
You'll never see Mare and Karen again.
I have not played Portable. Portable is the better version.
Honestly, Cutie Caitlin in our live audience chat sold me on P3, in this version of P3, the best way possible, saying P3 becomes a 35 to 40 hour game if you play P3P, and it's really nice. That is all I need to know. Give me the shorter, more compact version of Persona 3.
Trust me, the pacing in Persona 3 typical is actually kind of bad.
That's what
I
I've
think.
heard. I think it sounds
Unfortunately.
like I'd rather play Persona 3 Portable. And for me, I think this is really, I never got around to playing Persona 5. I played a little bit of Persona 4, really liked it, but I never really, got to stick with it. I did watch all the anime with my wife and loved it, but this is, I think, is going to be my chance to really play Persona 4 Golden at least properly.
And like I didn't even mention,
same.
I didn't mention, but you can play as the best protagonist in Persona history, the female main character Hotone.
Tone.
That's
Persona, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Just a tiny tangent. It's really funny towards the beginning of the game how inferior Junpei feels when a female lead is taking control of the party and she and Yukari are like best friends already. It's a cool dynamic to do compared if you've already played the game with the male main character. But
See, that's worth replaying to me. Like it's worth a look to just see how different it is.
yeah, it's totally worth it.
Yeah. Now, one thing I want to ask you guys, I want to pose a question to you. Of course, one thing we mentioned this a little bit earlier, but one thing we did not get during the partner showcase because it would have been a first-party announcement was the next wave of Mario Kart DLC, and it's now almost been 4 months since Wave 1, and given their what they said as their release schedule, Wave 2's got to be coming soon, right? Are you guys thinking sometime this month, sometime in the month
Yeah.
of
It
July?
has to, right?
Has to
Has
be.
to be.
Yeah,
There's
I would
no
think.
way they go longer than this, but
They're
it seems so weird that it would take this long. I mean, I know that there's, it's not as easy as just importing a course, but at the same time, given how old this game is, I feel like Nintendo would have, and the amount of lead time they have is what I should say. Like, this is a 2017 game, and we got the first wave in 2022, 5 years after release. I would have thought that if I were Nintendo, and I knew that people had already given up on DLC for Mario Kart, I would have developed all of these courses in secret and then just scheduled the releases out. And it's possible that they did do that. It's totally possible
Right.
that this is just a really weird schedule they put together for how to release them. But it seems like it's longer than it should be because I've reached the point, and I don't know if you guys have, where I boot up Mario Kart and I think, did the second wave of tracks release yet? And I go check, like I look in the game and I'm like, how can it be that it hasn't? And how can it be that they've stayed silent on it long enough that I, a person who works in games, could forget? Like, this is something that we're all immersed in day to day. Like, Nintendo, you got to talk about these a little bit more, man.
Well, Wave 1 came out on March 18th, meaning it's been just shy of, it's been a little bit over 3 months now, which you'd think that given their stated intention to have all 6 waves out by the end of next year, seems like every 4, it's got to be about time. So hopefully,
it has to be.
In a couple more GVG casts from now, we'll be talking about how great Airship Fortress is ported over. Looks great. It's awesome. I do have one more question I want to ask you guys, though, and this concerns another one of the games that we saw in the partner showcase, and that is Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope. Ubisoft, in a recent interview, would not confirm or deny actual Rosalina's existence in the game. We got Rabbid
she's
Rosalina,
there.
of course. She's got to be, right?
She's totally
not a chance.
I saw a suggestion from somebody in the chat about what one of the plot things could be. And I'm not going to say it out loud, but it's like, oh, that makes complete sense, and I'm sure that's the case.
I hope they pull like a terminal montage, and she's like a dimensional cop. That's what I
want.
That
would be cool. But yeah, I'm glad we're all in agreement. I can't imagine that this game comes out and Rosalina herself is not in it. Given all the Galaxy influences this game is showing,
there's not a chance.
Yeah.
Not a chance that
all
she's
not. Opposites of the Rabbids appeared. Like you got Rabbid Mario, you got Mario, you got Rabbid Luigi. I've seen more people upset about the lack of Rabbid Yoshi. We have not seen Rabbid Bowser, so
I definitely want to see a Rabbid.
That has to pop up.
You think
he is
so?
in your party, which is a great addition in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. People are upset about no Yoshi, but I'll take Bowser over Yoshi.
Oh, hell
sorry, Yoshi.
See, I'm a Yoshi fan. I don't know if I'd take Bowser over Yoshi. I love Yoshi.
Bowser has so much more personality, though.
Bowser's
dad.
Yeah, Bowser's got strong
represent.
Dad energy. Yeah. I need that dad energy in my game.
Fair enough. I mean, there's already a lot of dad energy going around here at GVG. That's not too much, you don't think?
We have daddy energy. It's a little bit different.
Fair enough. But yeah, I think she's going to be in the game and she'll be playable. She'll be one of the playable party members as well. It's just a matter of when they show her off. But let's go ahead and read out a few more super chats before we move into our patron topic portion of the show. Let's see here. First off, we have Wolverale12 with $5. Thank you very much. Hey guys, I actually started to rewatch the Mega Man NT Warrior anime around the start of June, so I guess I brought the collection into existence. LOL. Well, Wolverale, I completely agree. This is your doing. Thank you from the bottom of my heart and every Mega Man fan's heart for bringing Battle Network Legacy. The dub is not the sub, like the original version of the Rockman EXE anime. It's actually great, but don't watch the dub. Personally, I don't think the dub is very good.
Four kids.
Yeah. I don't like it. But Wolverale12, thank you for the donation and for bringing Battle Network Legacy Collection into existence. Next up, RecBCQ is back with $5 more. Thank you so much. If you could have lunch with any video game character, who would it be? Oh my god, that is such a big question. Jeez. Where do you even begin? Not Sonic, because it would be over too fast. It'd just be like, okay, I'm done with my chili dog. I'm gone. I wouldn't get to talk to him.
Screw it, Tifa.
A lot of characters that don't have. Oh, just go to Seventh Heaven. There you go.
Yeah. Tifa's a good one.
May have her make have one of her drinks. I'm curious.
I mean, X is
my
favorite.
Amy, don't. Complete platonic. With me.
I mean, I know.
I'll have it with Tifa.
Derek can keep it platonic. I'm on a date if me and Tifa are hanging out.
I know I say, I mean, X is my favorite character of all time, and that's true, but I feel like, I don't know if I'd, like, the lunch thing, I feel like it would just be kind of depressing, because it'd be talking about the trials and tribulations of war, and, you know, the war between humans and Reploids, and I'd feel like that wouldn't be a very fun lunch, so I don't know if I'd pick him. Man, I gotta think through this one, but probably some fun Final Fantasy character, like, you know, Auron, he seems like a badass, or somebody fun like that. I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head. I like Tifa. That's a good one. That's a good one. Tifa.
For some reason, I was going to say Zidane for going out for lunch, just like having a
you know, he's actually one of my favorite Final Fantasy main characters, so I like that. Yeah, him. Yeah, he's
a great one.
Yeah, I love him. So yeah, he's a good one. I'll take Zidane. Or is it Zidane or Zidane? Isn't it Zidane?
I've always been Zidane, but I think I pronounce it Zidane.
This is strictly video game character, not specifically RPG character, right? Or
any
video game.
I'm picking Mario. Are you kidding me? That man needs to vent. Like, we're having drinks, and I'm gonna get him to tell me everything. I'm just gonna hand him a drink and be like,
"That's a bad date."
That fucking princess, right, bro? And just let him go.
Oh man, here's one. Okay, here's one.
You can do better.
My favorite character from Chrono Trigger is Luca, and I think should be a lot of fun to have lunch with, because she would just talk to me about time travel and how it works, and I'd be a lot smarter coming out of that lunch than I was going into it. So
no way. Luca would talk circles around me, and I'd be confused the whole time.
True.
I'd be like, listen, lady, I'm way too stupid. Take it down like 8 notches.
Right.
Have to meet an IQ threshold for having a conversation with her.
Yeah. Thank you for that very thought-provoking question, Rec. Really appreciate it. Next up is Titus Malvolio, our good friend Titus, with $5. Thank you. Shout out to Final Fantasy, Harvestella. It was low-key my favorite surprise announcement in the Direct, other than the obvious stuff. Yeah, man, we were saying earlier, Harvestella genuinely looks great, and I never thought I would have, really wanted to play a farming sim, but here we are. So it looks great. Agreed. Scar the Draken is back again with $2. Thank you. Miss Pac-Man versus Miss Chalice from Cuphead.
Miss Chalice all the way.
I think probably Miss Chalice. I haven't played the delicious last course yet, but I just feel like she could
handle more.
But if Miss Pac-Man eats a power pellet, the ghost that is Miss Chalice would probably be in danger.
But
that's true.
But Miss Chalice could probably parry Miss Pac-Man's bow and do damage to her.
Oh no!
Oh man, she's got a double jump, so she could get
goes deeper than we thought.
Yeah.
Also, we got to question the canonicity of Miss Pac-Man at this point, because
it's gonna be Pac-Mom.
It has to be Pac-Mom.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh man,
Pac-Man, they took your wife. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It wasn't his wife. She's Miss Pac-Man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Exactly, Miss Pac-Man.
They're platonic.
Yeah.
They're just dating.
But thank you, Scar. Yeah, it's got to be
like
Miss
Derek
Chalice.
and Tifa.
Oh man.
Derek's sleeping on the couch
My one and
tonight.
only love is Amy.
Well, with that said, Shell Shock Prime with $2. Thank you very much, Shell Shock Prime. Did any of you get the Capcom Fighting Collection? I have not yet, but I'm willing to bet Steve has.
I do have it, but I have not
Nice.
played it at all. I'm saving it for my trip to Colorado because
Oh, hell yeah.
I will be challenging Nick as soon as I get there because he's good. Like, I would say he's on my level with most games, but there are a few that he is just solidly better at than me, like Splatoon and Mario Kart and a few others. So my fighting games are my fallback when I need to remind him that
Nice.
there's a pecking order to be
gotta
established
humble him.
here.
Awesome.
I'm like, let's
Oh,
take
man.
it to some fighting games, Nick. Let's see what happens to you.
I'm definitely going to
I-
get the Capcom.
I would love to
fighting
actually
collection.
play a Darkstalkers.
Oh,
just
they're
don't-
so good. They are
Mhm.
excellent.
No, I definitely plan to get this collection. I've heard good things about the online play. It's just been a bit of an expensive month for me personally, and
Yeah.
I grabbed Sonic Origins, so I think I'm going to get Capcom Fighting Collection next month. But I am going to get it for sure. And
That is an EP game.
hell
We're-
yes,
we
it
have
is,
to
man.
play that.
I agree. We have to play that, and I also want to support it in the hopes that maybe if it sells enough, we'll get a Capcom 3D fighting game collection, including
Yes.
Rival Schools. Rival Schools, come
Rival
back,
Schools
please.
and Power Stone in a collection. That'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
Rival Schools,
Fantastic.
Power Stone, Project Justice. I'd want it all.
I
want
would
it
even
all
take
so
Street
much.
Fighter EX, man.
Me too. Why not? Just for the lulls. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I my eye was on everything that wasn't that collection. That for the day that came out, Fire Emblem, Sonic Origins, and eventually Eye of the Somnium Files.
Nice.
But yeah, it was a great collection. So
I
mean-
really want a Capcom Versus collection. I would buy the hell out of that. That's
That
would
versus
be
Street
amazing.
Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2. Give me those. Like, I want those so
Tatsunoko.
bad. Give me
That's
Capcom
really
versus SNK. I want those games to come back.
TVS2 is such a good game.
It is. It's one of the best 2D fighters, and Capcom. The funny thing is, like, everybody talks about Capcom and negotiating with Marvel and how hard it would be. I'm sure SNK would be more than happy to have Capcom back at the table talking about
yeah.
making another game.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd even have to try.
Agreed. Yeah. All right. Next up is the FA54 with 5 Peruvian Sol. Thank you so much. The Persona 3 movies look super beautiful. Shame they cost too much to import physically and aren't available officially digital. I heard good things
I've
about
seen
the movies.
clips and-
yeah.
Yep.
That's a
They're
shame they're
great.
not available officially. I didn't realize
it's a great way
that.
to experience the story if you can't play the whole game.
Yeah.
With that icon, I hope you pick up No
Nice.
More Heroes 3 on PlayStation or Xbox next month. It's already July. So
Yeah,
next
it's coming
month they come
soon.
out.
Yeah.
And then last super chat for now before we get into our patron topics, Sunrise with $10. Thank you, Sunrise. Hey, GVGcast, super excited for Dragon Quest Treasures. I know there's a lot of Dragon Quest games in the works, but do you think we are going to see a DQ9 remake soon? It's been over 10 years. Well, thank you, Sunrise. Personally, I would say probably not, only because we already know they're doing DQ3, the HD 2D version. So
They're doing DQ3 and they're working on DQ10 offline. I have a feeling
Right.
And we
DQ9's
got
a
12
little
in
ways
the
off.
pipeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That soon.
And I feel like if you know, for whatever DQ remake comes after 3, I feel like 4, 5, and 6 are probably higher up on the pecking order for being remade than 9. I'm just that's my
Yeah.
guess, but yeah. But yeah, so thank you, Sunrise, for that very generous donation. And now it is that part of the show where we discuss topics suggested by our amazing patrons at the producer tier and above. Every week we all pick one topic suggested by our producers and just talk about it. So, Daniel, why don't you start us off this week, man?
Okay. Let's see here. So mine is from Young Ben Kenobi, which reads, which other Final Fantasy game would you like to see get a Crisis Core-esque spin-off focusing on a non-main party character, and which character in particular? And I thought about this for a while, and I have just 3 names to bring up. That is Jecht, Braska,
Yep.
and Orin.
That's where I was going to go
Oh,
with this.
come on.
That's where I was going to go with
Same.
this. Damn it.
Same.
Oh, that's so funny.
That would be a cool
It-
one.
That would be so
I would love to see their journey.
Has that same tragedy as Crisis Core 2, because you know how it's going to
Right.
end.
Yep.
You know what's going to happen, and it's just such an interesting story. I want to be able to see more of that because you see glimpses of it with the those orbs that you collect, or those I forget what they're called.
The spheres.
The spheres, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you get little hints and ideas of the whole story, and it just seems sometimes it's very wholesome, sometimes it's comedic because of course you got someone like Jack as part of the party, but oh, that'd be so cool to just even if it's like a mini episode, it'd be cool to see like what
Yeah.
they get up
I
to.
mean, it would work pretty well considering you have a built-in character arc there where Jecht learns to not be an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, that would be so
Get-
cool.
And you get to see young Yuna there. It'd be sweet.
I would love
Yeah.
that. I love how we all
Yeah.
had that answer too.
We all had the same one.
I actually had a different answer.
Oh, okay. What's yours?
Because
Derek?
my first thought was, dang it, Beatrix from Final Fantasy IX needs more love.
I
So
was
give
gonna
me
say-
a Beatrix
Nice.
Beatrix game. Even make it a sequel. It's Beatrix and Steiner off on some sort of kingdom mission together, and hell yeah, let's
That would
do
be
that.
awesome. A Beatrix game would be really cool. I was thinking that, but I had a
You
feeling
never
you
defeat
would...
her in that game.
No, you don't. That's true.
She is always stronger than the party. So you need to play as her.
I had thought of that one, but I had a feeling you were going to say that too, Derek. So I thought of another one that could be fun. What if we got a spin-off game focusing on Cypher, Fujin, and Raijin? Like that could be fun, right? They're
from
them
8,
kind of palling around from 8. Yeah, them kind of
Yeah.
palling around doing their own thing. I kind of struggle with this because they're technically kind of party members already, but I wouldn't mind a whole game focused on Laguna, Kiros, and Ward. I thought those segments of 8 were really fun, and I like Laguna as a character a lot. And so I would totally play like a Laguna, Kiros, and Ward wartime game, just focusing on all the stuff they did in whatever Sorcerer's War they were involved in. It's been too long since I played 8. I don't remember. But yeah, I like those characters. So, but yeah, my first choice easily is what you said, Daniel. Jekt, Braska, and Orin, man. FF10-3, make it a prequel. I'm all about it.
I want episode Gladiolus 2, and I want it to focus on him becoming the ultimate cup noodle chef.
Nice.
That's all I want.
I'm into it, man.
He's retired and he's wandering the countryside gathering ingredients.
I love
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you for that awesome question, Young Ben Kenobi.
Thank you.
And next up is Steve. Let's have you go next, man.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to continue with my shit posty energy then. So Nova the artist asks me, all of us, asks us, thank you, Nova, what would your victory be when you win a game of Mario Party? When Yo Video Games live streams Mario Party games, the winner has a victory theme that plays once they win. So I'm fascinated to know what your guys' choices would be. And mine is a song that none of us have ever heard and no one in the audience has ever listened to. It's a little ditty called The Rise and Fall of Bossa Nova by Pipe Choir 3. And the only reason that I would play this when I win at Mario Party is because it is 13 hours, 23 minutes, and 32 seconds long. And you had best bet that I am going to savor my one and only Mario Party victory for as long as humanly possible.
Nice. I mean, mine. I was thinking like short victory style themes, not like full songs. So like I was originally gonna say like
Yeah, but Steve wants to savor it because it's never going to happen.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Fantasia over here.
I mean, mine's gonna be the predictable answer. Sorry, it would be like the stage clear theme from Mega Man X, like X's victory theme, or X's Sky Lagoon theme from Mega Man X4. Something that's X, obviously. So
I mean, same for me, just Castlevania.
yeah, there you go.
Mine would be the Persona 5 victory theme that plays, and then I get on a car and drive off to my next destination.
It's
Hell
Steve
yeah.
on the way out. You see his body roll.
Just like the way I hit
Damn.
Steve on the last turn of the
I
Mario
know.
Party that we had last week.
That's
Oh,
okay,
man.
Daniel. I will hack whatever smart speaker you have in your house, and I will play The Rise and Fall of Bossa Nova in your house if I ever win at Mario Party. So you
Nice.
guys have to play defensively.
You think I have the funds to have a smart speaker? You need to get me one first, and then you can play it.
Damn it.
Ouch.
Oh.
Oh man, Nova, thank you for that question. Thank you very much. Derek, why don't you go next, man?
Lexcar, I figured we'd go on brand here with asking, now that the Xenoblade 3 Direct is out, what is your favorite of the main 6 so far? And well, I had to choose this because Xenoblade's coming out, and I gotta say I'm actually split between Mio, just because I love Nia. Nia was my favorite, so of course I'm gonna love Mio. And honestly, Tyon has a really great design that you'd look at him and think villain, but no, I want to see how he works as a hero in this case. So yeah, those are my top 2.
You know what? With Tyon, if you can put him next to the cast of The World Ends With You, and he looks like he fits right in. Give him a few more zippers. He looks like he's just right out of a completely different series. That's probably my answer because I really like how his look is.
I mean, you could put him next to Torna from Xenoblade 2, and he'd fit right in with those guys, like the Torna organization.
That's true.
Right. This one's a hard one for me to answer because I'm a casual Xenoblade fan. I love the first game, just like the second one, and I'm looking forward to 3, but I haven't been following every little bit of, every drip-fed detail about it. Although I did watch the direct, and it's looking great. But I don't feel like I know as much about all these characters as maybe like I know you do, Derek and Daniel. But based on design alone and based on what I've seen, of them in trailers so far, I got to go with Mio. I love Nia in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. She's one of my favorite characters in that game, and I'm really liking Mio's design here. I like the chakrams she seems to fight with. I like her voice actress so far from what I've seen. So this is very much based on surface level details, I admit, but yeah, based just on all that, Mio is who I'm. I almost said who I'm feeling the most so far. No, Mio is who I like the most so far. Mio is who I like the most so far. Yeah.
Wow, I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna have to go with Senna. Like, I like the fact that her hair is on fire, big fucking anime girl hammer.
She's
like
cool.
Those are I like that. I think she's well differentiated from the rest of the cast. I also really like Noah's design, and I know it's like pretty vanilla to like the main character of the game, but going from Rex, who I think had an objectively terrible character design. Like, I get that they wanted to make him look like a diver, but they're like, hey, let's do like a little tiny vest thing and baggy pants, and I was just like, this guy does not scream badass to me at all. I think Noah looks pretty cool. Like, he could actually kick someone's ass.
I like his design too. I have to agree.
Yeah. I think that Noah's the best main character design I've seen in the series so far. I think he looks way better than Shulk and Rex. But I think
Shulk was a nerd
and
Rex was a child. We have a soldier this time.
Exactly. But I would say I want to know more about Senna's flaming hair. I want to know what the deal is with that. And in my head, I've decided that when she gets pissed off, the flames grow. That has to happen.
That's cool.
I hope it happens.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I think she would have been my second choice. Like, it was close between her and Mio for me. I ultimately went with Mio, but she was almost there.
They're all good designs. I do like Uni as well. I'd say probably. It's sad, but I do think Leon's probably has the weakest design. But I just that race has never done much for me.
Oh man, this hurts because I've actually never personally had a problem with Rex. I think I liked Rex more than most seem to. But Goron Amber in our live audience chat just said the funniest but meanest thing. Rex looked like a bargain bin Kingdom Hearts character, and you know what?
Oh no,
you're not wrong about that.
No,
design wise, I like Rex, but you're not wrong about
Rex.
That.
I find Rex very, very likable, but he definitely takes a while to warm up for most people.
I think for me personally, Rex is better as like the story progresses, as you become attached to him, but he doesn't have what I like to call game character curb appeal. Like, if you just look at him, you're like, not cool. But once you get into him and you learn more about the character and you see some of the cool moments he has throughout the story, you're like, all right, he's pretty cool. But I think Noah has much more of that, like, oh, hey, this is just your typical like anime badass guy. And I like that. I like the character at first glance appearing really cool.
Okay, Dan.
I just like how very early on the premise is that these are all like soldiers working together, and some of the origins of these characters it just makes it a lot more interesting. Like Uni is a really interesting character just because you don't see a Hyantia that has like you don't think of soldier because usually you think of the Hyantia and they're usually a fairly graceful race of people. As far as like Xenoblade 1 goes, and I mean it's just interesting to see how she carries a rifle of all things. But I like how she carries herself.
I still think, as far as Xeno as a whole, you got to respect your elders, and Faye has always had a great design from Xenogears.
Oh yeah,
I think that might be the best design.
Oh yeah, Faye has a great
protagonist
design from I love really everyone in that and Xenogears I feel like had pretty strong designs, but Faye is probably the best. Yeah. Okay, other than Choo Choo's design wasn't great. But okay, well, thank you for that question, LuxCare, and then we'll end off with me. And my question this week comes from Adam O'Sullivan, and this could create some rifts. This could end some friendships here. I'm a little scared, but I got to go into this. Adam O'Sullivan asks, time to settle an age-old debate. Sonic 2 or Sonic 3 and Knuckles? And I'm just going to go right out and say it. It's Sonic 3 and Knuckles for me. Sonic 2 is amazing. Sonic 2 is amazing. Yep. It's like choosing between a 15 out of 10 game and a 16 out of 10 game, but for me, Sonic 3 and Knuckles takes it. It is my second favorite Sonic game after Sonic Mania.
Completely agree with Ash. Other than
Okay.
I still find Sonic 3 and Knuckles better than Mania, but yeah, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is my favorite.
Fair enough. So it sounds like so far we're a little divided. So Derek and I are on Team Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Steve, it sounds like you're on Team Sonic 2.
I am on Team Sonic 2.
Okay, Daniel, you're the deciding factor, man. Which team are you on? Which side?
Yeah, it's Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Sorry.
Oh, you monster! your youth is showing, all of you. I can't believe this.
Hey, I started with Sonic
Genesis
1.
Nomad.
I got this when
I
came out.
I started with Sonic 1 when I was a kid.
I did too, but I was an older kid with
Fair
more
enough.
refined taste.
Yeah.
Fair
I
enough.
ate only one booger a month.
So okay.
I
so-
shouldn't have said that. I just
Sonic 3
remembered
and
Kitty Kong's
Knuckles
here.
with Tails, and you got that playable Tails, actual proper playable Tails. Knuckles, make Sonic 2 better by playing as Knuckles. Sonic 2 is great, fantastic game. I hate the half pipe. Screw the half pipe.
Yeah.
Really,
I
I don't mind the half pipe. Like, I actually like the half pipe. But what I will,
Blue spheres
I think
over
for
half
me,
pipe.
what puts Sonic 2 over the top is the dramatic improvement between 1 and 2, which I don't think is quite as big between 2 and 3, and the fact that Supersonic was a secret in 2. Like, you had no idea Supersonic was there at the time that it came out. You had to like pick up EGM or find out the debug code from someone like on the playground, whereas Sonic 3 just blows out the existence of Supersonic right at the start. Like, he's there. And I remember the first time I got all the emeralds and turned into Supersonic, and I was like, holy hell, this is so cool. And to me, that moment was never topped anywhere in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, even with the Hypersonic or anything like that.
I counter you with, yes, Supersonic is cool, but I feel like the ending is not as strong in Sonic 2 if you play as Supersonic, because it seems like you got Tails, your buddy, saving you at the end if you don't have Supersonic. And as you do, it's like, oh, screw you, Tails, I'm fine. Jump out as Supersonic. Also, Supersonic and Sonic 3 had another bonus to it. The fact that you had Doomsday Zone.
Which was a secret at the time.
Yeah, which its own unique secret, a special final boss.
And Doomsday Zone is one of the best finales in any Sonic game to date, in my opinion. I love Doomsday Zone. That music
for me, I thought it was cool that Supersonic, who I just learned the existence of, was so strong that he could survive re-entry into the atmosphere. He could just be like, I'm flying around in space. Fuck it. And then, hey, I just wrecked Eggman's shit, and now I'm just going to fly back down to Mobius like it's no big deal. And Tails is just,
Except
whatever.
You couldn't play as Supersonic in that final fight because they didn't give you any rings.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just really, I think the surprise factor for me was the big thing. Just the improvement.
I'm just giving you shit.
Oh no, it's fine. I think that both are equally valid opinions. Like, I wouldn't die on this hill. I think, like you said, Ash, it's like picking minuscule points between two excellent games. So if anybody told me, oh, hey, Sonic 2 is worse than 3, I'd be like, okay, well, that's your opinion.
Well,
but,
and I also want to say, oh, go ahead, Daniel.
I mean, for Sonic 2's credit, because I don't want it to be completely just shoved under the rug here, I like some zones in Sonic 2 more than I do like zones in Sonic 3. Like, I prefer Casino Night Zone over Carnival Night Zone, honestly, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Things like that. And it has its own secrets. Sonic 2 has the Hidden Palace Zone. It doesn't have a super secret zone in Sonic 3. Like, I know there's the Doomsday Zone, but they didn't implement that back into the Taxman ports of the game.
And that is really cool that they added Hidden Palace Zone back, this unfinished stage that never made it to the original retail release, how they properly finished it and approximated what it would have looked and sounded like. And then put it at the bottom of that Supersonic Death Trap. That's so clever that they put it there. I love that.
So good.
And I will say, to speak for Sonic 2, Steve, I would rate Sonic 2 above Sonic 3 alone or Sonic and Knuckles alone. But for me, absolutely. I feel like Sonic 3 and Knuckles just has that advantage of being such an epic adventure across 12 zones, culminating in this incredible showdown with Doomsday Zone if you get all the Chaos Emeralds or Super Emeralds and get Hypersonic. And then you also get Turbo Tails and Super and Hyper Knuckles. And I gotta give it to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but I do believe that Sonic 2 is better than either one individually.
Yeah, this is the difference between a Smash fan and a Smash enjoyer. More is not always better.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, I think you can easily argue for either one of these. It's not as though Sonic 3 Knuckles is way better. No, they're both. It's neck and neck.
It's not worth shedding blood over.
No, definitely
I-
not.
I really like
Yeah.
the just as a small note, I really like the element of cohesion as well. Like in Sonic 3, you actually see the transition from zone to zone, as instead of just you're in a chemical plant. You're after being in a green hill. It doesn't really mean any. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But I just like having that kind of like continuity.
Right,
Mhm.
right. Well, thank you for that awesome question, Adam. Thankfully, no blood was shed today over this. Today, maybe later on, you never know.
Not too much.
But yeah, that is all of our Patreon topics for the week. And as a reminder, you can check us out over at patreon.com/gvgaming, where for the producer tier, you can suggest topics for us to discuss each week on GVGcast, just like the ones we just did. So thank you, everyone, for that. We've got a few more super chats to read out, and then we will head out of the show. So first off, we've got Goron Amber. Thank you so much, Amber, for with $10. Here's $10 for some whiskey and donuts, Steve.
Hell yeah. For those of you that don't get the context, last time I was in Denver, I had lunch with Goron Amber, and we went to a place that will inject whiskey into a donut, and it was amazing.
All right, then.
That's
Wow.
amazing. I love that. I need to go there sometime because I remember you telling us that you'd gone, but I need to try that. Next is Lizard81288 with $10. Thank you. Did you read about the guy who bought $40,000 to buy Nintendo stocks? He
Yes.
showed up at the investor meeting and asked them why they weren't using their old /fan series, which yes, we
4-0.
did read about.
What
this,
a
and
legend.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah. I mean, good on
Amazing.
him, but I mean, did he really expect he was going to get an answer other than
Why did you? Yeah.
what he got?
The biggest maybe ever.
Yeah.
Like, why would you think that? Yeah, I don't feel bad for the guy because you should know. You should have known going in that wasn't going to guarantee anything. But it's
I guess
a
it
wild
makes a
story.
statement.
Yeah, or something. It makes something. That's for sure.
The
Makes
next
a
two,
story.
Hey It's Dingo would like read together, please.
Okay, thank you for that, Steve. All right, so Hey It's Dingo with 2 super chats, $5 each. Thank you. Mega Man NT Warriors dub is great. Mark Gatha voices Land for the first 13 episodes, and he's voiced by Brad Swale, the voice of Light Yagami, after that. A little misinformation in my last super chat, though. Mark Gatha voices Land in the DS version of Battle Network 5, not NT Warrior at all. Sorry. So thank you for all that information, Hey It's Dingo. And I was like really surprised because Mark Gatha, I love that man. He voiced X in X8 in Command Mission, and he was the perfect X. So that's why it surprised me when I read this. But yeah, that makes more sense that he was in Battle Network 5 Double Team. But yeah, I still didn't think the NT Warrior dub was great personally. But yeah, Mark Gatha. I mean, I think he went off the grid to go become a doctor or something. He's not doing voice acting anymore. But if they ever do give us Mega Man X9, I want to start like a petition to get Mark Gatha to re-enter voice acting just for that.
Come out of
just
voice.
for that.
Come out of retirement.
Exactly. Thank you, Dingo. All right, next up is Yin the Reaper with $5. A spinoff with Aiko and the Moogles, FF Tactics Advanced style. That could be fun.
That'd be cute.
I like that idea, Yin. Yeah. Thank you. Storysmith with $4.99. Thank you, Storysmith. I want to choose violence. Steve. Minions: The Rise of Geru releases in theaters soon.
Well, you know
Gru,
what?
Gru, yeah, not
I'm
Geru.
not gonna let my bloodlust take over. But what I will say is the benefit of being a divorced father is that my kids aren't with me half the time, which means that they can see that movie without me, and that is precisely what I will endeavor to make happen.
You might fail.
Uh,
I probably will fail.
Rec BCQ back again with $5. Thank you, Rec. I love Lons, and Lons and Ryan should be friends. Lons isn't the most interesting, but he would totally be a bro.
That is
Yes.
truth. I like
Agreed.
that
He
assessment.
has that archetype.
And Ryan is like the broiest of bros, so absolutely, yeah, definitely, Rec. Thank you. And finally, last but not least, Glena McCrary with $5. That's not a name I recognize. Thank you,
No.
Glena.
Yeah,
And
thank
thank you for
you.
being
Yeah,
here.
hello.
Oh no, looking for some good
Aw.
vibes today. Had to put down my 17-year-old childhood dog. Watching her eyes lose consciousness is a moment I'll never forget. My God, Glena, we are
That's
so
rough.
deeply sorry for that, for your loss. There's nothing like losing a beloved, furry friend, feathery friend, just a beloved pet. I'm so sorry, genuinely.
Yeah.
My dog was 17 when she passed as well, and I know exactly what it's like. I'm so sorry for your loss, and take all the good vibes we have, all of them, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So sorry for your loss. And yeah, well, let me just do a quick refresh. That's the last super chat of the day. So that does, in fact, bring us to the end of episode 18 of GVGCast. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us every week. We love doing this with you. And yeah, we hope you have a great weekend. As always, we do have to give a special thank you to all of our patrons at the producer tier and above for helping to make this show happen, because without you, it would not be happening. So thank you a million times over for your support. And also, as always, we have to give an extra special thank you to all of our patrons at the executive producer tier and above. And those fine, amazing, wonderful, incredible folks include... Wait a minute. One more super chat really quick. Grown Conk with $5. Thank you very much. I think there's been an NT Warrior Abridged series on YouTube. Well, good to know.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I'd have to check that out. Thank you for that. And that's also another new name, Grown Conk. But thank you very much. I love it. And that truly does bring us to the end of the episode. And as I said before, our amazing, incredible, wonderful executive producers on Patreon are Brandon Bovia, Cutie Caitlin, Fangs, Dan and Twistle, Z Patty, Just Brian, Sky Blue Flames, Eastman23, Adam O'Sullivan, Richard Herrera, Sonic X Ethan Meyer, Logan Daniel, Christopher Baque, The D-Pad, Vesmio, Waffle King, Birche373, Critter XD, Kitty Kong Fax, Angel Martinez, Vedron Hotik, Joshua Hunter, Vinny Yao, Azran127, Black King, Pagrima, Geller, Joseph Rutkin, Titus Malvolio, Geeky Griffin, Lucky Wonderfish, Kyle, Top Dog 23100, Young Ben Kenobi, Doug Showmix, Andrew Medeiros, Orem, Brady Power, Becca, Rocks the Cat, Killamox, Eddie B, Kit Fisto, Kenneth Lee Stingle, Jessica Toad, Deaneth, Sci-Fi Lullabies, Michael McCaw, Matthew Wong, Goron Amber, Straight Lace, Justin Matthews, Hoobie, Too Much Spaghetti, Ascaron809, Ryaner, Nathan Steele, The Game Orb, Dano the Artist, Super Gamer Dude 101, Grantles, Ravelox, Synchro Lord, Rosa Pardo Bowling,
Hi, Mom.
Kane Woolley, Skull Kid Tiger, Darksteel01, Jason Uloa, Jaden Buck, Cystic Warrior 29, DJ Jurassic, Dinner Sonic, Darik, Nova the Artist, Blaystar 25, Mumbling Yeti, Cameron Sharp, Screamo Shaman, Mason Riley, Keel, Willow Pingree, Moon Knight, Hustle Bun, Noah Fitterer, Calvin Atkinson, Ryan's Fault, Brainchild, Pat Pending, Jim Wakeland, Lauren Bond, Sridhar Ayala, Andy Mine P, Ad, Kyle the Monarch, Alpha Lion, Lord Metarex, Kyle Gamer and Barry Rookie, Jay Brox, Revolver Axolot, and last but certainly not least, Blaze Collard. Thank you all so much for your incredible generosity in supporting everything we do here at GVG. And if you want to find out more about how you can get on this list, as well as check out all the other perks we offer our patrons, head on over to patreon.com/gvgaming and check us out over there. But if you can't, that's okay. If you could just like and subscribe here on YouTube, every little bit truly does help as we continue to grow. We are so close to 100K, you guys. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a great weekend. It is time for us to jack out here, go to our post show. But we will see you next week for episode 19 of the GVG cast. Good night and good vibes. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Till we meet again.
Jack out, Mega Man.
Just don't do it too hard.
No chafe.